Back on the rails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're doing it. We're doing it now. We're doing it. Here it comes. Can you believe it? That's a 300 AC from the late 40s. Pulling 5 passenger cars and a boxcar. And one of the passenger cars is a heavy mailbag car. No body. I ain't got no body. I love it. I love it. And it's going around the track. The things I had to change, as you might be able to see, is the connector. I put in a better connector. I had designed this one earlier and kind of forgot about it, and I found it again. I can shorten it up too. The other thing I changed were the tender wheels. In fact, I changed the whole tender chassis. That's a little newer chassis. It's actually the Link, but I added a converted knuckle to it. So it's the old style with the steel side frames. Oh, forgot, it doesn't have steel side frames. Oh, that's because I changed the tender trucks. Those are 3D printed tender trucks. Those are all wheel pickup. All 8 wheels pick up power and take it upstairs. Okay? So we got all wheel pickup and a longer and a more accurate design. Maybe not, but it's better. Drawbar connector. And with my friend AI help, I've added a few capacitors to the circuitry. These are like little storage bags of energy, and you can stick them here and there. And when you have what might be a drain of energy for unknown reasons, or from pulsing or something like that, these offer a little bit of absorption. It can push out a little more energy to fill the voids, and it can absorb a little energy to take down the bumps. So your energy levels are flatter, I'll put it that way, not as spiky, and that helps all the digital stuff, especially the motor controller. He was sensitive. I saw that red light would go out and the engine would stop. Everything was running fine, but the motor controller just says, I don't know what you're doing to my power, but I don't like it. I like flat power, not rippling up and down power. And so we determined that was a possibility and sized up some capacitors and put them in place. A couple 1000s and a 100 at the right location. Now, the problem all really came to bear with the hooking up of the smoke system. So I'm going to be doing that shortly, but I'm also going to have to increase the smoke power because this is an old smoke heater and it'll take 17 volts. We don't want it to though. So we're just going to crank it up a little bit on the buckboard. Maybe 9, 10 volts max. Get some steady, good, strong smoke out. And I think I know now why this chuff sound isn't quite so great. It's there, but it's not great. That's my 3D printed piston, and I think it's a little undersized, and it's not sealing as well in the tower. It's not in the can there. So the next step is going to be hook up the smoke, adjust the buck boost for smoke power, because I only need 7 or 8 volts when I'm doing my 3D printed one, because I use an 8 ohm. This is more like a 17, 18, 20 ohm heater, right? So it can handle it. The newer ones, I put on a new lid, and it's 8 ohm. That's why I had 8 ohm on the other. But if you'll notice, I've been running, this is probably the 10th lap. Not one hiccup, not one dink, not one derail, not one stop, not one I don't want to do this anymore. Just, here I am, happy as a clam. Chup, 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 chup. Just like an old John Deere 2-cylinder coming down the road. Never changes tone. Uphill or downhill. Chup, 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 chup. Now, it does have some gas. It does have some gas in it, you know. It can scoot. The thing about Flyer is, and I'll say this, they always seem to go too fast for normal conditions. And you had a hell of a time getting one to go really slow when you wanted it to. Like if you're coming into a station, you don't want to come into a station screaming and then all of a sudden stop. Yeah, you got a good steam whistle. You got some crossing lights going on. I'm coming in, I don't know, 30% power. Look at that. You never see a Flyer engine coming into the station like that. Here comes the train. 2, maybe 4 miles an hour. Are you kidding me? Now, let's change directions. And how often have you seen the Flyer engines go in reverse smoothly? We just took up all the slack, and my engine just popped off the track. I think this drawbar is a little too long. Yeah, it pushed off the tender now. Okay, it's a little too long for what we have. I'll work on that too. But the idea was it could have gone slower if this had been a little better design. I see what's happening. It's collapsing because it's too long. I think that's what the deal is. But I can get a short. I'll print one. I can print them any length. Okay, so let's go back to forward. I like to end on a good note, you know. Can't. Oh, I turned. See, you got all these things to think about. I turned off the track power. Okay, here we go. Now we're cooking. There we go. Nice slow start. I could add more cars. Maybe that would be fun to do. That is so smooth. It is just, I'm telling you, it's like butter. I had corn on the cob the other day with melted butter. That's how smooth this is. Oh my goodness. Now we did put dampening on the acceleration and deacceleration, so it won't just flat, you know, like a Ferrari. I got outvoted on having that in there. But, you know, we could put some heavyweights. I got some heavyweights right here if you just want to see what will it do or what it won't do. Let me know if you want to see a master pull, even though it's not quite totally all there because we can't push, we can only pull. But we could certainly try to pull, right? Okay, boy, do I feel good. I feel really good. I'm going to build another one of these. We've got to design those PC boards, and then I can be able to send out kits, software loaded. Everything's done. You just solder it together, put it on your train, have a DC motor, take off. Any kind of smoke. My smoke, your smoke, no smoke. It's fine. It'll run. The all-wheel pickups are good. I think now, with the better connector and the caps, the two-wheel pickup might work. I could go back to it and check it. But I really like the all-wheel. Plus, I like the looks. These are 3D printed. Let me see if you can get to them too good. Here, I'll put a light on the subject. Maybe that'll help. You can see them a little better, huh? They're pretty cool looking. That's 3D printed. You can paint them and stuff. And they work. They have pivot. They can pivot up either way. You can go over a dime and all that crazy stuff they do. But the beauty of it is each wheel is isolated. So this picks up power, this picks up power, this picks up power, this picks up power. Where am I pointing? Where's my finger? There it is. He picks up power, he picks up power, he picks up power, he picks power. And it's all run into this side. The other side comes up. So you got 8-wheel power pickup. It's really good. Really neat. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to post this, the victory lap. Totally victory lap. I think I'll get rid of the Oz and start piling in some heavyweights because I have them. And they're impressive when you see them going. So we'll put some heavyweights up front and maybe I'll keep these in the back. I don't know. Okay, we'll see later. Take care.